Imagine burying your mom on a rainy Tuesday, only to return home Friday and find bulldozers gutting the family forest your great-grandpa planted back in 1885. Like it was just another HOA-approved eyesore. Not some mix-up. Oh no, this was deliberate, with the neighborhood's self-appointed queen bee rolling up in her gleaming white Lexus, smirking through the tinted window as she dangles a permit that's faker than her highlights. And me? I didn't call the cops or slap an injunction. I let her pour millions into marble countertops and infinity pools, watching her dig her own grave, because sometimes the best way to crush a bully is to hand them the shovel. My name's Alex Harlan, 48, a quiet civil engineer from Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, the kind of guy who double-checks blueprints before breakfast. Divorced twice. Both exes complained I was too slow to anger, too methodical, like I was plotting sewer lines instead of reacting to life's curveballs. They weren't entirely off base. I map things out, measure risks, cut once. But when that HOA tyrant, let's call her Viv Hargrove, decided my land was her ticket to neighborhood glory, she learned patience isn't weakness, it's a loaded gun with the safety off. The plot in question, 18 acres of whispering oaks and maples, handed down since great-grandpa Harlan swapped it for a mule and $200 in the post-Civil War scramble. Worth over $500,000 now, with creek access, timber rights, and that rare Virginia quiet where deer outnumber drama queens. Grandpa boiled syrup from those trees every spring. Dad built birdhouses. Mom turned it into a no-frills haven for wildlife, banning ATVs and hunters so foxes could raise kits in peace. The air smelled like damp earth after storms, leaves crunching like nature's ASMR. Mom relocated to assisted living in Pennsylvania 3 years back. Bad arthritis from all those hikes, but she kept the taxes paid, the deed spotless. When she passed in late March, the will was straightforward, all to me, no siblings, no liens, no fuss. I handled the funeral midweek, wrapped up paperwork by Thursday, and drove back Friday evening, planning to scatter her ashes by the old hickory where she'd sit reading poetry. Instead, I pulled up to acrid diesel smoke and that infernal beep 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 of heavy machinery reversing like it owned the place. I killed the engine, stepped out, and there it was, orange fencing snaking across 8 acres of my southeast corner, excavators clawing roots like they were pulling teeth, concrete trucks dumping gray sludge into fresh foundations. For slabs already curing, stakes labeled Summit Heights Phase 1. A sign boasted luxury eco-villas, live in harmony with nature, as if bulldozing century-old trees was some green initiative. My gut twisted. This wasn't a boundary goof. It was invasion. A burly foreman in a hard hat spotted me, clipboard in hand. Help ya, buddy? This is private construction. I kept my voice even. Engineer mode. This is my property. Harlan land since 1885. He chuckled, like I told a bad joke. Nah, this is HOA approved. Talk to the board if you're lost. Before I could push, a purr of an engine announced her. Viv Hargrove, mid-50s, HOA president of the adjacent Summit Ridge subdivision. A 250-home sprawl of McMansions that popped up like weeds from 2018 to 2021. She was real estate broker by day, rule enforcer by night, the type who fined you for mismatched mailbox colors while her own yard sported plastic flamingos. Athleisure-clad, blonde bob perfect, she lowered her window with that smug hydraulic whir. Something wrong, sir. Her tone dripped fake concern. Eyes scanning me like I was a stray cat. This is my land, I repeated, pointing at the carnage. You're trespassing. She didn't blink, just flashed that permit, crisp, official looking, but something about the seal screamed off. "Oh, honey, I think you're mistaken. We acquired this via tax lien auction last October. All legal, sweetie. If you've got beef, email the board. We convene second Wednesdays." She thrust a glossy pamphlet through the gap. Summit Heights, sustainable luxury living, renderings of 12 villas with rooftop solar, irony much, and pools overlooking what used to be my woods. Tagline, community first. Then, window up, she peeled away, leaving me in her exhaust. I stood there, pamphlet crumpling in my fist, as a chainsaw whined to life. That night, at my cluttered kitchen table, laptop glowing, coffee brewing, I dove into county records. Parcel 14-012. Owner, Alex Harlan. Recorded April 10th post-probate. No sales. No liens. Taxes paid through 2028. Viv had lied through her veneers. Fake foreclosure. Bogus permit. Betting I'd fold like a cheap lawn chair. But as the generator hum throbbed from half a mile away, I leaned back, a slow grin forming. Let her build. Every nail, every tile mine in the end. Revenge served cold, with compound interest. Next morning, dawn patrol. I grabbed my camera, time-stamped shots, GPS pins on every slab, stake, and skid mark. 12 villa plots total, plus a community center and lap pool, ambitious for thieves. Crews eyed me warily, sipping thermoses, but no one stopped me. Technically, they were the intruders. By 8 a.m., I hit the courthouse. Clerk Ethel, ancient as the filing cabinets, hunted my deed with arthritic precision. Here you go. Sunny 1885 original. Clean chain. I asked how a permit slipped through. She shrugged. They submit a title abstract. We stamp if it looks kosher. Ownership fights? That's y'all's circus in civil court. Classic bureaucracy. Rubber stamp first. Ask questions never. Governments don't own the dirt. They just tax it and look away. That afternoon, I fired off an email to the Summit Ridge HOA board. Cease unauthorized construction on parcel 14-012. Deed attached. Polite but firm. Demand. Halt immediately or face suit. 16 hours later, Viv's reply solo. CC'd to her slick lawyer, Preston Vale, whose sig block screamed "Esq" in gold font. Dear Mr. Harlan, our docs show Lot 52C acquired legally via tax foreclosure November last. Perhaps a surveying mix-up common in these backwoods. Happy to chat, but build out proceeds. Warmly, Viv Hargrove, President. Lot 52C didn't exist. She was gaslighting, sowing doubt like cheap fertilizer. Maybe I'd misread my own maps? Nah. Outside, excavators growled for villas 5 to 6. I sipped cold coffee, plotting. Day 3. Neighbor Gus rapped my door, fidgety in his flannel. Seen the HOA Facebook group? Private. 500 members. Viv's post, alert. A disgruntled outsider claims our eco-expansion infringes. Legals confirmed all good, but he's harassing workers. Stay vigilant. Report oddballs. Community strong. Comments piled. Entitled much? Sheriff time. Gus muttered. Don't kill the messenger. I nodded. At least one soul smelled the rot. Weekend. Shelled out $2,000 for an independent surveyor. Report. All structures smack on my dirt. No ambiguity. Took it to my buddy attorney, Lena Voss, semi-retired shark. She cackled, "Injunction today. Rip it down or let 'em finish." Finished builds jack up damages. Courts love valuing pretty ruins. Echoed my ex's gripes. Too slow. But engineering taught me rush jobs collapse. Let Viv commit. That evening, porch bourbon in hand, Dad's ritual, I toasted the distant nail guns. Thunk thunk. Her Lexus ghosted by no wave. Cheers. Viv, keep digging. Week 2. Viv's olive branch arrived certified. Envelope thick as her audacity. Vale's letterhead gleamed. To settle amicably, Summit Ridge offers $90,000 for your adjacent 12 acres, plus NDA to shield reputations. As if her villas weren't squatting on my turf. Confidentiality, so she could strut unscathed. My reply, decline offer for land I own. Trespass ongoing. Lena's mantra, stay cool on paper, let them unravel. Meanwhile, allies emerged. At the Greasy Spoon Diner, over rubbery eggs, old Mrs. Clara leaned in. Harlan kid, your great-grandpa traded logs with mine in the 30s. Heard that HOA which is squatting. Help incoming. Her attic yielded a 1892 map, boundaries identical, plus a ghost easement slicing Summit Ridge's gate. Old logging path, never revoked. Nuclear, Clara winked. Could blockade their entrance if needed. Days later, gas station. Dusty foreman Jake sidled up. You're Harlan? Viv's checks bounce. Crew's mutinous. If you're legit. Showed him the deed. His face hardened. Handed over budgets. $4.50 mil total. 7 villas pre-sold at $900K plus. She's toast if this flops. I promised. Win. You get paid plus cleanup gigs. Handshake sealed. Evening email from HOA Treasurer Bev. Apology owed. Viv hid titles we rubber-stamped. Shame on us. Forwarded to Lena. Negligence cherry on fraud Sunday. Build hit 35%. Framing up. Jake's guys nodded as I passed. They knew. Viv lurked in her SUV. Nails gnawed. Facade cracking. Let her stew, my web tightened. Week 4, Viv escalated. Absurdly. Called the local rag. Valley Echo, circulation barely 2,500. Headline, HOA fends off baseless land grab. Quoted her, as a devoted mom and community pillar, I'm heartbroken by this extortion attempt. We're building affordable dreams. Affordable? At $1 million a pop. And single mom? Her hubby was the accountant, not some ghost. But it worked. Grocery stairs. Mailbox keyed. Diner waitress ghosted me. Then, restraining order filed. Harlan threatened Cruz. Lurks menacingly. Pure fiction. Court. Judge dismissed in 3 minutes. No proof. MS. Hargrove. But smear stuck. Another echo blurb. HOA seeks safety from aggressor. I stayed mum publicly, but tipped Virginia building safety anonymously. Code lapses at Summit Heights. Wiring shortcuts. Inspectors swarmed. Fines loomed. Viv's next ploy, town hall ambush. She cornered me post-meeting. All smiles for witnesses. Alex. Sweetie. Let's mediate. Your claim is so quaint. But for harmony, I deadpanned. Harmony? Like your bulldozers harmonizing with my trees. She flushed. It's progress. Rules keep us civilized. Mumbled. Without HOAs, it'd be chaos, lawns unmowed, colors clashing. I bit back a laugh. Her trit order obsession was comedy gold. Week 6. More allies. HOA VP Tom whispered at hardware store. Viv doctored minutes, embezzled dues for her spa days. Proof? Scanned receipts. Lena, jackpot. Billed at 55%. Kitchens in. Pools dug. Viv's posts grew frantic. Ignore the troll. Our villas shine. Comments turned. Why the secrecy? Viv. Cracks showed. By week 8. PR war heated. Viv leaked emails painting me as a hermit hoarder. Facebook blew. That weirdo's blocking jobs. Egg truck ensued. I countered subtly. Mailed anonymous packets to board, deed, surveys, easement. 2 members quit, citing ethical concerns. Jake reported. Viv's yelling at subs. Checks still bad. I fronted $10,000 for his crew. Loyalty bought. Billed 70%, marble gleaming. Viv offered again. $120,000. Final. Decline. Then, her meltdown at a board Zoom. Leaked audio. That bumpkin's ruining my vision. Fine him for existing. Laughter and fury. Her vision was greed in yoga pants. Week 10. Auditors hit HOA books. Embezzlement? $150,000 siphoned. Viv's Botox. Bahamas jaunts. That Lexus lease. Board ousted her 5-0. She resigned via tearful post. Victim of smears. Irony, her own playbook. Bank yanked $3.80 mil loan. Foreclosure loomed on her eco-mess. Crews walked. Site ghost town at 92%. Viv vanished. Rumors. Hiding in a budget motel. Chugging Chardonnay. Lawyer shopping. No takers. Evidence mounted. I prepped suit. Documents ironclad. Court day. Week 15. Shenandoah Circuit. Judge Elias Thorne, ex-prosecutor. No nonsense. Packed gallery. Me and Lena. Viv and Vale. Looking sweaty. Scammed buyers group with counsel. Press sketching. Viv appeared gaunt. No highlights. Suit ill-fitting, like her empire's remnants. Veil opened. Your Honor, Mr. Harlan's antique deed lacks GPS precision. Boundaries fuzzy. My client believed county docs. Lena rose. Fuzzy? Our 1892 plat matches pixel perfect. And belief? Mrs. Hargrove forged the lien with her hubby's stamp, without consent. Thorne. Mr. Hargrove here. Enter Theo. Fidgety. She stole my stamp, sir. No clue about the land grab. Voice broke. I trusted her. Vale floundered cross. Nada. Jake next. Clean-shaven. Testified timelines. Bounce checks. Viv's ignore the hippie texts. Realized it was stolen dirt. Thorne nodded. Buyer rep Sarah. Viv promised clear title. Took my $180,000 nest egg. For more echoed. Vale objected. Overruled. Viv on stand. Tears scripted. I meant well. For the community. Lena sliced. As a broker. You skipped title search. Pause. Lawyer did. Mr. Vale say it was legit. Viv snapped. Docs looked fine. Docs you faked. Mistake. Or crime. Objection. Sustained. But jury metaphorical gasped. Viv cracked. HOA was broke. Villas would fix it, sell. Profit. All good. Admission bomb. Thorne. Enough. Title valid. Fraud clear. Recess for damages. Criminal referral. Gallery buzzed. Viv fled. Stumbling. Cameras flashing. Veil distanced. Client issues. 2 weeks later. Damages hearing. Live streamed. Viv solo with public defender. Hollow-eyed. Lena's board. $4.50 mil trespass. Build costs. $90,000 timber. $60,000 distress. $2.50 mil punitive. Defender. Bankrupt. Uncollectible. Thorn. Irrelevant. Fraud demands it. Scammed buyers. $280,000 restitution. HOA liable to. Prosecutor Nell observed. Charges incoming. Forgery. Embezzlement. Wire fraud. I addressed. Judge. I sought peace. Not this. Viv stole legacies. Lied to all. No prison wish, just accountability. Villas mine. Half to vet housing nonprofit. Quarter sold for conservation. Rest affordable rentals. Looked at Viv. She sobbed. Justice. Not spite. Thorn. Title to Harlan. All improvements. $4.50 mil trespass. $1.50 mil punitive. Adjusted. Restitution ordered. HOA audit. Reform. Warning. HOAs aren't kingdoms. Gavel. Chaos. Press mobbed. Deputies cuffed Viv outside. Steps arrest. Misdemeanors pending felonies. Watched from afar. No glee. Just closure. Her Lexus, towed for expired tags. Sign ripped down by residents. 8 months on. Clubhouse now community hub ESL nights. Food drives. Kid camps. Villas alive. Block A. Vet transitions. 1 resident. Ex-Army Lena. Ironic name. Apprenticed plumbing. Eyes bright. You saved me. Man. Block B sold $2.40 mil. Funding 220-acre easement. Land eternal. Block C. $950 per MO rents. List endless. Teachers. EMTs thriving. Pool public. Free swims. Viv. 24 months inside. $2 mil restitution. Dream on. Probation eternal. Veil disbarred. Flipping burgers in Kentucky. Theo divorced. Sends neutral postcards. HOA reformed. New Presbev. Transparent. Even invited me to barbecue, brought ribs. Swapped HOA horror tales. Laughed. Common ground. Story exploded. YouTube breakdowns. 5 mil views. My anonymous AMAs shared tips. FOIAs. Easements. Patience plays. Inspired 4 Virginia wins against HOA grabs. Legislation mandating audits. Insurance. 1-year post. Harlan Heritage Fest. Free. 700 attendees. Syrup boils. Hunts. Bands. Vet talks. Barbecue scents. Laughter in Grandpa's woods. Sarah Buyer. Painted my cheek with a tree. Jake taught kids hammers. Clara jam sales to conservation. Sunset by Creek. Vet pal Mike. Coulda cashed out huge. Why not? Mom's memory. Land's soul. Some treasures ain't commodified. Phone ding email. HOA scam in Loudon. Help? Forwarded to Lena. Round 2. Smiled. But here's the kicker. In a world where HOAs preach community while enforcing petty tyrannies, was Viv the real villain? Or just a symptom of a system that lets busybodies wield unchecked power? Drop yes if you've battled one. And tell me, was Alex's slow burn justice fair play? Or should he have nuked it day one?